Leon Kennedy. I understand finding him attractive. That's not the problem. I have Leon edits saved on my phone. This is not me pretending I'm above it. The problem is the comment section. Appreciation is one thing, but sometimes the way people talk under those edits starts looking like the same objectification we call out everywhere else. I scroll past these edits on TikTok sometimes, and the comments are a lot. I'm not going to describe most of it, but I'll say this. Some of what gets posted under those edits would be considered genuinely disturbing if it were aimed at a female character. Explicit, degrading, reducing him to body parts and reactions that have nothing to do with who he actually is. And somehow, because it's a man, it reads as funny, harmless, a joke. Here's what actually gets to me, though. It's not even the explicit stuff. It's how completely his story disappears underneath it. Take Vendetta. A lot of people in the fandom called Leon ugly in that movie. Tired eyes, rougher face, less polished than usual. He's not ugly in Vendetta. He's depressed. That's him at one of his lowest points, and the animation is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, showing exhaustion, showing someone barely holding it together. People just didn't want to look at that. They wanted the version of him that's easy to look at. So when the story gave them something honest instead, some people acted like it was a flaw in the character design. Then there's Requiem and the ring. The writers gave him a small, quiet detail, a ring, meant to suggest he'd found some kind of peace after everything he's been through. It wasn't built to be a mystery, it was a symbol. And a huge chunk of the fandom turned it into a debate. Who is she? Is he married? Let's find clues. Let's argue about it. Nobody was asking what it meant that Leon, after 2 decades of trauma, might finally have something stable in his life. They just wanted to know who was attached to him, as if the ring's only job was to answer a shipping question. Not the trauma that follows him through every sequel, not the exhaustion, not the fact that he's essentially been fighting the same nightmare since he was 21. Just the face, the body, the thirst edit set to music. There's a comment I keep seeing under these edits. Some version of, he's not even real, I can do whatever I want. And I recognize that sentence, because it's the exact same sentence used to justify sexualizing female characters for years. She's not real, it's just a game. Why does it matter? We know that argument is empty when it's aimed at women. We've said so repeatedly, in comments, in videos, everywhere. So it's strange to watch the same logic come right back the second the target changes. I'm not saying this isn't the same as decades of women being written for the male gaze. It's not. But I also don't think that makes this behavior automatically harmless just because it's aimed at a man instead of a woman. Fictional characters aren't real people, obviously. Leon isn't real. But the way we train ourselves to look at people is. We understand why it feels disgusting when men reduce women to body parts and fantasies. We say so constantly. We make entire videos about it. So we should probably understand why the behavior itself is still ugly when we're the ones doing it. I think what bothers me most is how selective the outrage is. We'll call out a game for sexualizing a female character in one breath, and then post something about Leon in the next breath that we would absolutely call disgusting if the genders were reversed. It's not that attraction itself is the problem. It's how fast attraction turns into ownership. How quickly a character stops feeling like a person with a story and just becomes something people act out desire on. Even his exhaustion gets treated like an aesthetic. Even his peace gets turned into a puzzle to solve. Leon survived a lot to become the character people love. It feels strange that loving him, for a lot of people, means erasing all of that and keeping only the parts that are easy to look at. Tell me, have you noticed this double standard in fandom spaces? Where does appreciation end and objectification start for you? Drop it in the comments. And if this felt familiar, I have another video about how games still write women like only men are playing. You might like that one too.